Hi everyone! Welcome back to my Values Matter series for helping hands with the heart. In a previous episode, I tried to lay the foundation for the significance of good moral and right conduct, or GMRC, by emphasizing the important role of the home in values formation by talking about certain theories that impact the development of children. I would have wanted to dwell on moral development, but unfortunately, COVID-19 came into the picture and a lockdown kept all of us in our homes, and life has never been the same since then. Nevertheless, life must go on in the new normal, and we have to learn to live with the coronavirus. Hopefully, a vaccine would soon be available. Now let's talk about early childhood moral development. What is morality? Morality is our ability to learn the difference between right or wrong and understand how to make the right choices. Between the ages of 2 and 5, many children start to show morality-based behaviors and beliefs. Children's experiences at home, the environment around them, and their physical, cognitive, emotional, and social skills influence their developing sense of right and wrong. Children, therefore, need role models at home, in school, in the community. Remember, children live what they learn. Now, there are 5 major stages of moral development in children. Let me discuss them one by one. First, infancy. This is from 0 to 2 years of age. At this age, infants do not have the ability to moralize. Their idea of right and wrong stems from what feels comfortable and what does not. It is important to understand that in the womb, the baby was never alone, never hungry, and was in constant contact with the mother. If this fails to happen in the outside world, the infant perceives this as something wrong. Being fed, held, and cuddled is what feels naturally right for the baby. To punish a child at this stage would not teach him or her that he or she did wrong, because he or she has no idea of right or wrong yet. It would be better to simply talk to him or her and point out that what he or she did should not be done again. Second stage, toddlerhood, is from 2 to 3 years of age. Although at this age, your toddler may not yet be able to differentiate between right and wrong, he or she will have learned the concept of others and will begin to take people into consideration before taking any action. While he or she can tell why he or she can take his or her siblings' toys away, or why he or she can hit others, he or she will learn not to do so, because he understands that he or she will be punished or reprimanded in some form. At this age, your toddler will play by your rules in order to avoid punishment or reprimand. Third stage, preschoolers, 3 to 7 years of age. These are the formative years of moral development. This is when your child internalizes the values that are taught in the family and that he or she can see around him or her. He or she looks for constant appropriation from his or her parents, and as such, will need you to direct him or her and take charge of their rules. Your child will also understand that being considerate towards others is more important as people are affected by actions. He or she will draw a link between action and reaction, which necessarily means that if he or she misbehaves, there will be consequences. Children at this stage also begin to understand and realize if they hurt somebody, that person will feel bad. Stage 4. This is preteens, ages 7 to 11. This is the age when children begin to understand that adults probably don't have everything figured out. Although they still obey authority, they are capable of judging the fairness of rules and identify the concept of equality. At this stage, they will have a strong idea about what should be done and what needs to be avoided. They will also come to believe that children have opinions that need to be heard too. In the final stage, adolescence. Teens are largely influenced by peer pressure. However, they do understand that their actions have consequences and may sometimes negatively affect others. Their sense of morality is more abstract, and they find it negotiable to suit their needs. Since they are driven by peer pressure, they may resort to morally wrong ways to impress their peers. At this stage, parents become more like advisors and consultants to them more than an authoritative figure. At this juncture, we realize once more that it is not easy to be a parent, especially in terms of moral development. Maybe we would say it is a lot easier to meet their physical, cognitive, and even social needs than make them understand the concepts of right and wrong. But we have to understand the fact that the likelihood that our children will grow up to be good persons depends on how they were trained as children. They may encounter conflicting instances later on, but if their foundation is strong enough, they will know what will be best for them and those around them. Let me share with you this beautiful material I came across in one of my readings. Don't be preoccupied with your children's academic ability, but instead teach them to sit with those sitting alone. Teach them to be kind. Teach them to offer help. Teach them to be a friend to the lonely. Teach them to encourage others. Teach them to think about other people. Teach them to share. Teach them to look for the good. This is how they will change the world. Now, with the invasion of COVID-19, we have to learn how to live in the new normal. Coping in the new normal requires certain traits like resilience, perseverance, self-discipline, to name a few. Now more than ever, the values and life skills learned at home and at school would largely determine the children's ability to withstand the challenges posed by COVID-19. As parents, we ask ourselves, have we prepared our children enough to weather the storms of life? That preparation includes the values they have imbibed from us and from the other members of the family. Finally, here's one breath of fresh air. Last June 25, 2020, President Rodrigo Duterte signed into law a measure requiring good manners and right conduct and values education subjects to be taught from kindergarten to senior high school. This is known as Republic Act 11476 or the GMRC and Values Education Act, which institutionalized a comprehensive GMRC and Values Education program in the K-12 curriculum. According to the new law, GMRC shall be taught from grade 1 to grade 6 as a separate subject with the same time allotment as other subjects and shall be integrated in the daily learning activities in the kindergarten level. For grades 7 to 10, values education will be taught as a separate subject with the same time allotment as other core subjects. Meanwhile, it will be integrated into the teaching of subjects from grades 11 and 12. We can recall that GMRC was removed as a regular subject when the K-12 curriculum was implemented way back in 2013. This was only integrated in other subjects. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, Chair of the Basic Education Committee, has this to say on the new law. The new law strengthens learners' character development and values formation, even as the basic education system enters the new normal because of the COVID-19 pandemic. In like manner, Pasig City Representative Roman Romulo, Chair of the House Committee on Basic Education and Culture, hailed the passage of the GMRC bill, and I quote, "Through this measure, the basic tenets of good manners and right conduct, such as caring for oneself, giving concern for others, according proper respect to people, upholding discipline and order, and cultivating sincerity, honesty, obedience, and above all, love for country will once again be inculcated in our youth." So, with GMRC back as a subject in school, we hope that our children will have a better grasp of the importance of having the right values. The role of the family in values formation does not end though. Now, more than ever, the home must help the school in inculcating the right values to children by exposing them to the best role models and providing them with opportunities for the development of a wholesome value system. After all, values are not taught, they are.